My name is Dr. Zach Konacki, and I'm a mental performance coach. And I'm here to share with you 5 things that you can do to develop resiliency. Number 1, try to adopt a growth mindset. Adopting a growth mindset means that you feel like through hard work and preparation, you can improve over time. Contrast that with a fixed mindset in which people feel like all outcomes are a reflection on their ability. When you feel that way, it's really hard to motivate yourself to pick yourself up and try again after a failed performance. So remember, adopt a growth mindset. Number 2, have a short memory. Elite athletes are able to quickly forget about performances that don't go their way. This is really important because you need to be in a headspace where you're confident and poised before each and every competitive opportunity. So try not to ruminate on poor performances. There will be a time in the future for you to reflect on what you did poorly, but in the moment, it's important to quickly forget and focus on what's in front of you. Number 3, do hard things. Just like anything, developing resilience requires practice. And there's nothing better to develop resiliency than doing hard things. The reason that hard things are so good for developing resiliency is because you're probably going to fail relatively frequently when you do hard things. But the nice thing about that is that you learn from your mistakes, which makes you better. And secondarily, it makes success more meaningful because you realize how hard it was to be successful at that task in the first place. Number 4, develop a well-rounded sense of self. Athletes tend to put a lot of their identity into their performance in their sport. This is good because it allows us to take pride in what we do, but it can also be detrimental because when we fail, it feels like a failure of our total self. So it's really important that athletes take some time to reflect on their self as a total person and the other things that they're good at so that they don't hyperfixate on failure, because if they do that, it's going to be much harder to be resilient and pick yourself up if you're feeling really depressed or anxious after every failed performance. Number 5, record your journey. It's a lot easier to utilize a tool like resilience if you have a record of it working in the past. So things like a journal or a logbook can be really effective strategies to help you to record instances in the past in which you've effectively used resilience in order to overcome a barrier or obstacle. Again, try these 5 things and you too can develop greater resiliency.